Welcome back to Alliance War. It's Season 38, War 11 for Loki is facing TCN. And, yeah, these guys, whatever. They are a top AQ, top War Alliance, so good on them. All right, I'm going to be bringing Ultron per usual. And then for the first time this season on the main account, I'm going to be bringing Absorbing Man. Because I'm going to be taking Path 9A, I need to pair him with either Eye-Hulk or Eye-Bomb, so that way I can get the Green Door synergy, which makes him poison immune. So I just got to find one of these two jerks. I do not have a ranked up Eye-Hulk, but I know I have a ranked up Eye-Bomb. For just whatever reason, I'm not seeing him, so I'll just pull him from the synergy screen there. Perfect. All right, so... And, you know, I was like, yeah, I thought I had this dude ranked up. Why couldn't I find him? So I even checked. And let me activate the Debuff Detox. Now I'll go to this screen here and I'll look at Absorbing Man. He's only level 18, as you know from the previous video. So we are going to fix that real fast, get him up to SIG 200 in order to fulfill my promise earlier this season. And boom, through the magic of too many SIG stones unused over the last 6 months, I have more than enough to get him up as well as everybody else that I've done this season. All right, so let's get to the fights, if the game will allow me to do so. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did check and make sure that Eye-Bomb was SIG 3, and I was like, oh, what SIG is he? He's 100. Am I going to use him this war? This is me sort of thinking about it, and I'm not, so I didn't stick him up. All right, so first up we have this Longshot on node 9. I'm going to activate Magma Form, so that way I am Incinerate immune. I'm also poison immune, obviously, from the synergy with Eye-Bomb. And yeah, this fight goes pretty smoothly. I have taken a bunch of Path 9 fights with Carl in SSX since I got him and took him up to rank 4 SIG 200 on that account. So I'm really comfortable taking these fights. You know, I'll push Longshot to a special 1 and just block, or I'll push him to a special 2. Just got to make sure I stay in the Magma form, which is very easy to do on Path 9A because you're going to be pausing your form every time that you trigger an immunity. So every time I would get a poison or a incinerate, instead it just pauses my Magma form. Right, so I can refine his form by either doing medium, light, medium, or by doing the special. But I'm just playing this super conservative because I'm always terrified of Longshot, and better to be safe than sorry, right? Okay, so next up on this path, we have a knull. Okay, I'm not entirely sure why knull is placed here. My best guess is that they're trying to hope that knull spams SP1s, triggering reverse controls. You know, I think that obviously we've seen a lot of knull bosses this season. We've seen a lot of knull on 22. I'm not entirely sure that this node here is the best placement for him, but you know, I guess. Okay. So anyway, Carl's gonna absolutely rinse this dude. One of the other benefits of his kit is the reduction in unblockables and unstoppables and indestructibles. You know, those types of things that the Cosmic class is known for. DLL designed it to answer a lot of the Cosmic nonsense. Here I have reverse controls up, but I don't particularly care. I'm very comfortable fighting with reverse controls, and you can just see the monster damage on that special. With the power back boost, the indestructible goes away very quickly, so I can just kill him here with this big special 3. So yeah, really, really simple fight. And now we can move on to what should have been the canary in the coal mine. It's this Arcus here on 21. I've done this particular fight with Carl before in SSX, so I'm familiar with the strategy in terms of popping an invul, pushing him to special 3s. And I've done this fight very, very smoothly over there, but right away I, forget that Arcus is going to shrug the the parry stun with his tenacity, and then I immediately lose my indestructible, which means I can't tank a special 3 as I want. I miss throw a heavy over there for some unknown reason, and the power gain is starting to get a little out of control, and I'm definitely behind where I want to be in this fight. I do have the correct spacing there to heavy into the special, and you can just see the monster damage it does to Arcus. But he's going to come up here, and he's going to be throwing his special 3. Now, this is the power efficiency node, so he's not going to lose a tremendous amount of power by throwing this special 3, which means he comes back, and he's almost at 3 bars again. And I can survive one special 3 with Carl, but I'm not going to survive a second, so I absolutely have to get him down before he throws another special 3. I'm hoping this special 2 will do it, and it just doesn't. But a parry, and I get it done. I don't think I played that particularly well, which is why I think it should be the canary in the coal mine for this particular fight here against Doom 126. My thinking is that in the Uru form, Carl is going to be bleed and shock immune. I popped an invul, and I think that was my first mistake in this fight. Losing the invul right away again was compounding my mistake. But you're going to see that while the Uru form is active, I'm actually doing a decent amount of damage to Doom. My hope is that I would just, bait a bunch of SB1s, dodge, and then cancel into the special. And I do a decent job here at the start of the fight. But where I think I make my mistake is that later in the fight, I start losing my form. And once you lose your form, it really is difficult to get it back. And that's just a function of bad play on my part. I think what I should have done, because look, as you can see right here in this fight, even taking that heavy, I've got Doom down 30%. This is a rank 5 SIG 200 Doom, right? I'm doing fine health-wise in terms of my plan for the fight. My problem is that I am just not doing well in terms of my power management. And so I use the invul. I probably should have used a power start 1 boost. I just threw the special 1 there to trigger the Uru form because of the bleed shocks. And then I'm trying to get an opening here so that way I can medium, light, medium to refine it. But his aura's up, which means I can't medium, light, medium. So I'm just hoping to trigger the immunities to pause the Uru form. And, while I have the special in my back pocket. You could see that in the first minute of the fight, I do 30% damage. In the second minute of the fight here, I only am doing about, less than 20%. So I'm doing about 20%. So I'm definitely behind the pace here, and I'm having problems managing my power. I don't know that this is a good assignment for Carl. I did it because we were, TCN I didn't think much of some of their placements, but they had enough tricky stuff that I couldn't really send like a kingpin here, which is historically what I've done. Here I know I'm dead. I can't survive, so I just did as much damage as I could, knowing that I'm going to have to revive on this sucker. So I died to the special 3. Not a great fight by any stretch of the imagination. Not a great assignment by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot wrong here. I go back in Uru form. This time I pop the power start 1 boost. And just to see if my theory was correct about how better to play this fight. And I'm quickly told that it is. So this is what I should have done. I think I would have had a better chance of soloing if I had done that and also played a little bit better. But I also don't think that I'm ever going to be testing this particular interaction again. So there you go. My final fight of this war here is Bishop on 45. I brought Ultron for this fight. There was also a Void on 54. But quite frankly, I was not feeling it after my Doom fight. I had to do this fight. I just was not feeling like was playing particularly well this war. So I went ahead and gave up the Void fight on 54, which is a nothing placement because Void has no power gain. That's what I was talking about, some weird placements by TCN. But I went ahead and gave that fight up to Super Sam, who's just had an amazing season in 4 Loki, because he had a Nick Fury that could easily do that fight. And so this will be my last fight of this war. 4 Loki ended up losing this war to TCN. And at the time of posting this, we're in the middle of War 12. We need a win against Revod in order to secure top 10 Masters. So fingers crossed that we can do it. And I will see you in the next life, Jack.